Rightio Legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back again with another Dezi update. So, the man that was arrested 2 days ago in Myrtleford with apparent connections to Dezi Freeman, so Stanley Mirovich is his name. I'll chuck a picture of him down there. And so he's come out himself and said that he has no idea why police have suspected this. There's so much evidence pointing that he has absolutely nothing to do with Dezi Freeman or the sovereign citizen movement or any anti-government things like that. And what's really crazy is it's a very well-known fact that Dezi Freeman is a very devout Christian, apparently. And so this Stanley Mirovich is a very openly a Satan worshipper. And so anyone that knows Dezi has already commented and said there is just absolutely no way that Dezi would have anything to do with this guy, plain and simply because of his worship beliefs. And not only that, he wouldn't have any doings with anybody that doesn't follow his own beliefs anyway. Now, this is what his friends are saying in the news today. But we've got the Daily Telegraph, Wally, of a lady telling her story, but we'll have a listen and see what they come up with there. It's quite funny every time, I think. But yeah, Stanley Mirovich is his name, and obviously was released with no charges. He is a gun owner though, so he has come forward and says that he is a gun owner. And yeah, if that's enough for you to get your house raided by the police, like just being a gun owner, what an absolute joke of a situation this has become.
All I have in this world is my laws, my word, and I don't break them for good.
Despite Australia's largest manhunt, not a single trace of him has been found. Freeman could evade capture indefinitely. The New South Wales border is only 1.5 days' walk, which Freeman could easily have managed in the cover of darkness.
I've been saying that for weeks now.
It's been almost a month since fugitive Dezi Freeman disappeared into the Victorian bush, but despite Australia's largest manhunt, not a single trace of him has been found. This weekend, police raided a property in Myrtleford and a hooded man was led away in handcuffs, but police have since confirmed it was not Freeman. Stanley Mirovich actually took to social media to talk about his heartbreak and fear that there was a killer on the loose locally. It's not known why the police raided Mirovich's house on Friday. However, since there has been a $1 million reward, they have confirmed they have had over 1,000 tips in relation to Freeman's potential whereabouts. And neighbours of
Like this Stanley Mirovich has gone on notice to say himself that it's quite obvious he has absolutely no connection with Dezi Freeman, and it's obviously some kind of grievance what the local police have with him. Like I said yesterday, are police breaching their powers just to get wanted criminals?
Mirovich do say that he is a gun lover. There seems to be no online connection between Freeman and Stanley Mirovich, who goes under the online name of 666 Lucifer. It's well documented that Freeman is a God-fearing man, and friends tell the Daily Mail there is no way he would be associated with anyone other than somebody that shares his Christian beliefs. Photos show him as a bush wild man, wrangling snakes, climbing cliffs barefoot, caked in mud and living out of caves. Friends say he never took food, tents or supplies, just disappeared into the wilderness with nothing but his survival skills. He styled himself.
Did you hear that? So he would take off into the wilderness with nothing except for his survival skills and take off for days on end. And so he's very, very capable of doing this stuff. And like I think one of two things have happened here. I think that Dezi's long gone and way out of there, or some first responders have got to him and yeah, he probably will never be found. But I guess this is why there needs to be two sides of this story, because there's only one so far, and we need to hear the other side of this story. That's for sure.
As a shaman-like figure, posting on Instagram about living wild and free, obsessed with martial arts, earning a black belt in Zen Do Kai. On August the
Sendukai.
26, officers surrounded the bus that Freeman shares with his wife and 2 children. They were there to serve a warrant on historic sexual assault charges against a minor. Freeman refused to open the door as officers took it in turns using a crowbar to gain entry. The standoff erupted into violence. 2 officers, Detective Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Dewart-Hotat, were killed instantly. A 3rd officer was seriously injured. Freeman fled into the Alpen bushland with stolen police weapons and hasn't been seen since. While the raid was tied to historic sexual assault charges, Freeman had previously confided in friends about this. He said that they were trumped-up charges blown out of proportion, but he believed that the police were using this incident to target him. He believes...
So what I'm led to believe today is that those child offence charges came from a family trip where there was a teenage girl there and he's alleged to have skinny dipped. Now, most of the photos you see of Dezi Freeman, he's got half of his clothes off anyway, but apparently he was still in his boxer shorts anyway. And although that's not okay, but it is a far, far cry from a child sex offence, that's for sure.
He's been targeted for many years by the police. But our sources suggest that Freeman, a man who claims that he knows the law better than anyone else, was actually concerned about the handmade shotgun that he had hidden within the bus. If found, he would undoubtedly serve a large stretch in jail. The real reason...
So where have you got this information from? Daily Telegraph reporter or Daily Mail reporter? Like, where have you got this information from? You can't just say it because you think it.
Reason he did not want to open the bus that day. Friends believe he may be sheltering in caves he used as a younger man around the Mount Buffalo and Mudgegonga areas he knows intimately. Some suspect Freeman stashed supply caches around the bush ahead of time, allowing him to survive undetected. Police have hinted someone may be harboring him, despite warnings that aiding a fugitive is a crime. Others wonder if Freeman has already died in the bush.
Not just a crime, they're saying that you can now get up to 20 years prison for helping out Dezi Freeman. And like I said in my other video, these are stuff that you just haven't heard before. And someone said, oh, but you would definitely get 20 years if you were helping him for accessory after the fact. No, you wouldn't be accessory after the fact. You're only accessory after the fact if you were complicit to him in them cops being their lives taken. You know, it would just be harbouring a fugitive.
With police simply yet to find his body, though criminologists argue his survival skills suggest otherwise. A more extreme theory is that he slipped through the rugged tracks out of state. The New South Wales border is only 1.5 days' walk, which Freeman could easily have managed in the cover of darkness. With every day that passes, Freeman's bushcraft legend grows, but so does the pressure on the Victorian police. Daily Mail spoke to a former detective Luke Taylor, who said the search could easily turn into a game of tag unless the search tactics change soon. Taylor says the joint police and military hunt is hampered by officers' inexperience in the wilderness, where Freeman is supposedly an expert. He says they have rightly engaged specialist military who are trained in these environments, but that we have to ask ourselves, is there training in manhunting and tracking or reconnaissance and combat in this environment? The search has already cost millions of dollars with the involvement of hundreds of personnel, but according to Taylor, unless even more manpower is thrown at it, Freeman could evade capture indefinitely. As search efforts show no sign in slowing down, the question remains, is Dezi hiding in plain sight, or has he disappeared for good?
Yeah, what do you think, guys? Like, I personally think that old Desi's long gone by now, and well out of there, that's for sure. So what I don't understand is how she can just sit there in that car and say that the reason he didn't open the door was because he had a homemade shotgun in that caravan and he was scared that he would have got years jail for that shotgun. Well, you wouldn't have got years jail for that shotgun. A first time offense for having an illegal firearm, he'd probably be lucky to do 1 day's prison over it, let's be honest. But yeah, and then like I guess this the Stan Murovich situation. He 100% is coming out today saying that that the police are abusing their powers to raid people's houses that they've wanted to raid but couldn't do it without a warrant. Exactly like I said yesterday. And like I said, so a lot of people don't realize that I'm actually from the Northeast. I live around this area, and so my ears to the ground, and I can tell you that the locals are pissed off, and they are pissed off with these people, the government people coming through their towns and like kicking off doors and not having to show any warrants or anything like that, because this is some new, you know, clause 3 AAA act that they're using. And yeah, and it doesn't even matter. Every single day that this thing gets more and more on down the past, it 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 just seems to be getting like worse and worse. Like, and the more bonkers it seems to be getting, and it's not even letting off. It just seems like every single day some more bonkers information comes out about Dezi Freeman and the Dezi Freeman situation. But yeah, there you go, guys. Update today on Dezi Freeman. If you guys haven't already subscribed, jump down there, shoot me a subscription, and if you smash that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. Also got a Discord available, guys. So if you want to hang out with us guys behind the videos, have a chat with me and the Chaos Crew team, jump over there. The link is in my channel page. And yeah, it's somewhere where you can just hang out, chat. You can share videos there, share pictures and stuff. And it's just where we all hang out and chat and have a good time. And also, guys, I do have paid memberships available where I do drop members only content. And yeah, it's not for everyone. They are paid memberships, but it is an awesome way to show your appreciation for the Chaos Chronicles. And yeah, if you guys haven't already subscribed, jump down there, shoot me a subscription. That'd be absolutely appreciated. Once again, smash that bell icon. You'll never miss any of my clips again. I have been the Chaos Chronicles. Don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison.